Hi, it's Strung. I have another movement of the day pose for you. Your mod for today is a wall pigeon, so we are going to utilize the wall. The pigeon pose, which I'm sure you're familiar with, is very common. There's a lot of variations to it, but the traditional one is done on the floor with your front leg about 45 degrees, your back leg extending completely and squaring up on the hips, and this is and your other hip, your bent hip on the floor. So this is working your hip flexor stretch, your top of the thigh, your glutes, and your piriformis. And a lot of times it's a little intense for people. When we take it to the wall, you're going to get an immediate benefit that isn't available on the floor. You're going to get the elevation of the feet, so it helps boost circulation, a neutral spinal and pelvis reset, and we'll focus more on the hip opening aspects without having to overstretch the piriformis, which normally is the case. So if you already have sciatica or pain through the hips, you really, even if it feels tight and it feels like you need to stretch it, usually it's not a flexibility issue, and it's usually a neuromuscular connection issue. And ladies especially, if you sit down and you cross your legs all the time, you're already stretching out your piriformis. Okay, so let's take it to the wall. It's always nice to have a certain amount of wall space where you could do your exercises against. If you have one in your bedroom where your bed is against, this works great. All right, so the first variation, we're going to scooch up in front of the wall, facing the wall, and lay down. Place your feet flat against the wall. You want to be at about a 90 to start, and take a second to reset your spine, the top of your pelvis, and you're just trying to find that spot where you feel the most neutral or even, balanced. Okay, and from there, you want to take one foot, and you could assist yourself if you want. Grab a hold of that heel, cross that ankle on top of your thigh. Flex this foot, and that will help protect this knee. So keep that foot on the wall, nice and flat and even. And then from here, you want to press down to open up your hip here. So about 10 to 30 seconds on each side. Now, when you switch over, again, always trying to make that mind-body connection, just take a note of what is different from one side to the other. So here you might feel your pelvis or your spine shift in different ways, or you might feel tighter. Just make a note. Okay, and keep in mind that the closer you are to the wall, okay, the more intense this stretch becomes, and at this point you could use your elbow. Okay, so there's your variation 1 against the wall. The second variation I'm going to show you is my favorite, and I know everything is my favorite, but it's true. So this one, you want to get really close to the wall. So scooch like I am, like sideways, right up against the wall, okay? And then when you lay down, use your arms to roll down, and then slide your legs up, and then scooch even further down so that you're right up against the wall. You have this nice L position, and already right here, just staying right here is a big benefit to have all this blood circulation, your swelling going down on your legs. So you could even hang out here for a while. Great idea to do this before bed. Do some angel arms, or do this after a workout. And just hang out here as long as you want. But the pigeon pose that we're going to do in this position, you bring your foot, cross it the same way as before, flexing this foot, and this time we're going to slide that heel down the wall. And the further you slide it down, the more intense you'll feel this stretch. Okay, so play with how far or up you slide your heel, and as you come out of it, slide it all the way back out, unhook yourself, and just reverse. Slide your feet back out to one side, and basically roll and press yourself up. Okay. So there you have it. There is your 2 variations of the wall pigeon. I hope you try it. This is Jen signing off, reminding you to start where you are, do what you can, use what you have, and move something.